This is attorney Stephen Terpak from Sutter and Terpak. We are a personal injury and employment law firm in Fairfax County, Virginia, and this is our video newsletter. The topic of today's newsletter is maximizing your recovery in personal injury cases. Do I need a lawyer? I have an email here I'd like to go through, but before I do, I have to give you the legal disclaimer. Please don't consider this video newsletter as legal advice. There is no substitute for a one-on-one consultation with an attorney licensed to practice in your state. I am a Virginia lawyer, and by and large, when I discuss a situation, I'm looking at it in terms of Virginia law. So let's get into the email. Steve, I was just in a car crash. Somebody ran a stop sign and hit me. I am okay, but I have pain everywhere. I also have a bruise on my face from the airbag. So I wanted to know, do I have a case? Is it worth it to get an attorney? I'm not hurt too bad and my headache is getting better. What do you think? So let's go through this point by point. There is a lot in here. Somebody ran a stop sign and hit you. Well, that generally speaking means that they're at fault, and in Virginia, if they're 100% at fault, then you have a case. Assuming you have an injury. And right here you say, I'm okay, but I have pain everywhere. It's interesting how people say they're okay, and generally speaking, that just means they're happy that they haven't died or lost a limb. But you definitely have a real injury in Virginia. Being in pain everywhere from a crash or an accident means that your body was injured. And in here you say that you have a bruise on your face from the airbag, which means you actually have some sort of head injury. What you should do in this situation is take a picture of that bruise, and I'm not talking about a picture that's right on top of your face. You need to get back far enough to put it in a frame of reference where you can see where it is in reference to the rest of your face, how big it is, any discoloration, anything like that. And as the bruise develops over time, you want to continue to document it like that. Do you have a case? Yes, you do have a case, unless something you did contributed to the crash, but I'm going to assume from what you said that that is not what happened. Is it worth it to get an attorney? So this is a pretty easy one to answer. It's worth speaking to an attorney if you have any intention of pursuing this case or making a claim. So if you at the moment maybe haven't decided, but you might have an intention, well then of course you need to speak with somebody. There's all kinds of information that you can gather, and what ultimately your point is that if you're going to make a claim, you want to build it up as though you are going to trial, and that means you start right away collecting information and documenting everything that's going on. It says, I'm not hurt too bad and my headache is getting better. What do you think? So I'm wondering if you have a concussion. It seems you have a mark on your face and headaches. That's two things that are frequently occur with concussions. Another one is just a momentary interruption in consciousness. I am not a medical doctor, but this is what I have read and been told. So of course I can't make that determination, but it raises flags as to whether you have a concussion and whether those symptoms are going to linger on. So then my questions would be, did you give a statement to the other driver's insurance company? If so, I would say I wouldn't do much else in terms of the insurance without speaking with a lawyer first. The other driver's insurance will likely contact you a lot, and that whole time they'll be gathering information which they will use to protect themselves, even though they might be doing it in a very nice way. In Virginia, you have 2 years from the date of the injury to settle the case or file a lawsuit, but certainly you don't want to wait 2 years to start preparing your case. You really want to start right away, as if it actually may go to trial. And that's just a matter of preparation. It's just a mindset. And the way you want to think about that is, well, what is the value of an unprepared case as opposed to a prepared case? Well, a prepared case is certainly worth more. I think people a lot of times assume that lawyers know everything, they do nothing, and they just take money. And in terms of, from what I see with personal injury lawyers, is that we have to constantly research because every case is different. The cases take a lot of work, more than you would think, and they can be risky. because personal injury attorneys generally only get paid legal fees if they win the case. I'm not sure why I would assume that an insurance company is going to pay the same amount for an unprepared case as they would for a prepared case. And I just don't think that's a good assumption to make. So if you have a question about a Virginia personal injury case and would like a free one-on-one consultation, you may contact our office. Thank you for watching our video newsletter, and I will see you next time.